Guys, we've all been duped, and in this video, you'll find out how and why. Blackrock is preparing to launch the world's first Bitcoin ETF, and the Soros Fund CEO is betting on crypto. Will BTC reach 100K this year, and how not to fall prey to dodgy funds? Let's figure it out right now. Just last week, the SEC sued Binance and Coinbase and accused dozens of altcoins of being securities. And on Thursday, Blackrock, the largest hedge fund with more than $10 billion in assets, filed an application with the SEC to open a spot ETF on Bitcoin. The fund will be using Coinbase custody for the ETF and the crypto exchange's spot market data for pricing, the person said. What is an ETF and why is it revolutionary for the entire crypto market? A Bitcoin ETF is an exchange-traded fund composed of Bitcoin or assets related to Bitcoin's price. They are traded on a traditional exchange instead of a cryptocurrency exchange. Theoretically, Bitcoin is purchased by the company, securitized, and sold or traded on an exchange. However, the SEC continues to reject these proposals. There is no ETF directly representing Bitcoin, only Bitcoin futures. But with the arrival of Blackrock, things could change dramatically. Why do we think we've been screwed? Pay attention now. It all started with the collapse of the FTX exchange, after which the regulator got tougher on the crypto market. Since the beginning of this year, the SEC has sued Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, and Binance. These were all large exchanges with millions of customers. The Fed then shut down Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank, two of the largest crypto banks, cutting off a way to quickly transfer liquidity from fiat to crypto and vice versa. This caused trading volumes on crypto exchanges, particularly Binance US, to sag. And lastly, the SEC destroyed the top 3 BUSD stablecoin with just one statement. Stablecoin's capitalization dropped from $23 billion to $4 billion. Just 19 billion cryptocurrencies evaporated. And this is very painful for the market and the Binance exchange. And after that, Blackrock filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF, which is now right on the SEC's website. What's more, the fund plans to use Coinbase custodial to save Bitcoins. In fact, this is a spit in the face to the SEC by the world's largest fund. The SEC previously rejected all applications for Bitcoin ETFs, but now the situation may be very different. Think about it. Being the largest fund in the world, you have connections and people in all the structures. What's the point of applying if you lose? BlackRock is most likely confident that their product will be approved, and then we will see the world's first Bitcoin spot ETF. Billions of dollars will now absolutely legally be able to invest in Bitcoin under SEC rules, and that's saying a lot. Interestingly, in 2018, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said Bitcoin was an index for money laundering. Back then, Bitcoin was only worth $6,000. Now its price is $26,000, and Larry Fink has changed his mind in favor of Bitcoin. And he's not the only one. On June 12, Soros Fund Management CEO Don Fitzpatrick said, "Crypto is ripe for TradFi takeover." The fund CEO is bullish on cryptocurrencies despite recent tightening by the SEC. Crypto is here to stay. What's happened is clearly a setback, but right now I actually think it's a huge opportunity for the incumbent financial firms to actually take the lead. The CEO admitted that there is some irony to the idea of traditional financial firms taking the lead in a market meant to be defined by disruption, decentralization, and the emergence of new institutions. I said at the beginning of the video that I thought we had all been duped. Well, it looks like the SEC and the funds played a show that took out the competitors so that the big players could come in and clean up the market. Many investors got scared and sold their Bitcoins and Ethers so that the funds would buy the assets cheaper than the market and then pump everything. Does this mean that Bitcoin will soon reach $100,000? Let's find out next. Obviously, if a spot Bitcoin ETF is launched, it will be a bullish event for the whole market. But I have my doubts that the price of BTC will surge much. In order to pump the asset, BlackRock must first buy it cheap, and that will require setting the price on the very next negative event. Maybe sacrifice Binance US and make room to launch their manual exchange. Sounds like a good plan. Before we get to the technical analysis of Bitcoin, mark a date on your calendar, June 22nd. First, the United States House of Representatives will hold a hearing on the SEC's activities. Lately, the Commission has been behaving very brazenly with impunity towards the crypto market. Perhaps the SEC will be asked to be more restrained in their policy against the crypto market, which is a bullish scenario given the news about the Blackrock ETF. Second, Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, will speak to the Senate on the same day. The market is expected to be volatile. Now let's move on to the Bitcoin price analysis, as this is a key moment. A bull market may be about to start, and it's important not to miss it. We will start with this interesting picture, which shows that the current bear market is the largest in the history of the crypto market, and it has lasted almost 500 days. That could mean two things. Either the next bull market will be even bigger than the previous one, or the cryptocurrency is over. I have little faith in the latter scenario, as BlackRock would not apply for a spot Bitcoin ETF. But the first scenario is quite realistic. Let's take a closer look at it on the chart. The BTC price has been gradually declining for the past 2 months and is in search of a support zone. We saw it bounce from 25K, but I believe that the true support is at the level of 20,000, and the price of BTC might well drop into this zone this summer. There are less than 300 days until Bitcoin's halving. During this time, BlackRock will have time to launch its ETF and stock BTC at 100,000. And now do not miss the moment. While Bitcoin is cheap, as well as the whole crypto market, I don't see the point in analyzing the price locally because the situation is developing fast and I can't predict the future. But I can predict the global trend. So far, everything goes according to plan. The main thing is to wait for the bull market. That's all. Thanks for watching your Coin Post.